Welcome to episode 6 of Sports Talk with BT and Stueve. We're doing this on a Thursday for the first time in podcast history. We're not doing it on a Wednesday.
All I gotta say is, fuck Excel projects.
Fuck Excel
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Stueve, otherwise than that Excel projects, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Steelers play tonight.
They going to win tonight?
If they do win, I'm giving Josh and Jarrell so much shit because they bashed them on their podcast, the Real Fresh podcast. Go check them out on Spotify.
Yes.
And then, got an exciting weekend. If Iowa State wins this weekend, they're going to be bowl eligible for the first time in 2 years. And SDSU plays NDSU, about to spank them. So,
Yeah, NDSU kind of fell off.
Heck yeah, they did.
I'm not having I'm having a good day. Just got off a stressful day of work. I have tomorrow off. Gonna go watch my high
You're
school.
at your nice house, though, so.
What?
Yeah, nice
I'm in my nice house, as you can tell. But I'm gonna go to a high school football game on Friday. Then watch the possibly the last Bedlam I'll ever see in my lifetime, because Oklahoma State is scared to play Oklahoma. And then hopefully watch my Texans win.
Yeah, hopefully y'all need to win.
Yeah.
After fucking losing to the Panthers.
You know.
Dude, your face.
Rookie. It was a bad weekend of football last weekend. We'll talk about the other game, but we won't talk about the Texans. Well, I guess we'll move on here. We're gonna first talk about. We had this segment if Georgia was gonna be fine without Brock Bowers next year. Let's put this up. Yeah, it looks like they were fine.
Yeah.
But Florida is not a good team. But I think Georgia does play some tougher matchups.
Yeah. These next couple weeks are really going to show how good they really are.
Yes, this is the meat of their schedule. Yeah, number 12. Number 12. Talk about a surprise team.
Yeah, for real.
Number 12.
Who they lost to? Who they lose to?
Who have they lost to? Look. Look, rank matchup.
They lost to LSU.
Yeah, that was like a shootout. But look, as you look at Georgia's schedule here, this is the meat of their schedule. They play number 10 Ole Miss, number 12 Missouri, and then they have to go to one of the toughest places to play in college football, Rocky Top.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But if we go back to this game, you could tell Carson Beck had a really good day. Really showed he's the future of the Georgia program. 315 yards. That's something you never see a Georgia quarterback do, is pass over 300 yards.
Dude, when was the last time Georgia had a really good quarterback?
Do you count Bennett?
No.
Or from easily.
But like a good quarterback that actually was like good in like the league. I mean, I'm not going to count Fields. Plus, Fields is bad.
Yeah, they haven't had anybody. Because the two quarterbacks I think of are Fromm and Aaron Murray.
Yeah,
but that was way before. Really. Yeah. I was in, but Lad McConkey, I think that's how you say it. He had 135 yards receiving. Georgia completely kills Florida, 43-20. But we'll find out more about we're coming to the consensus. These next 3 weeks, we'll find more about Georgia with their next 3 matchups. The next game we're going to talk about here is Washington struggling once again. This time against an incredibly worse team in Stanford. Let's see if I can find it. There it is. Perfect. All right.
Very disappointing game.
Yes, and this is the second time Washington has had to be saved by their defense.
To be fair, though, Penix had a really good game.
Yes. He had a bounce back game from his performance against Arizona State.
100%.
But the Washington defense might be a problem.
They did not play their best.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't help when you have Stanford's top receiver go for 9 catches, 146 yards.
He is really good, isn't he? Is that the same guy that went off I think that's the same.
Minar or something.
Yeah, that's the same guy that went off for the USC game.
USC, I can check the stats. USC, he had one catch and 11 yards against
But
USC.
he's almost at almost 1,000 yards with 737. He's not doing too shabby.
Not doing too shabby. It's just like you're the product of your surrounding. Like you won't be able to do shit when you're on a piss poor team.
As you
like
can
Stanford.
tell, we can look down here.
But
This
yeah,
is the only.
Washington's defense needs to step up 100%.
Yes, if they want to be this true playoff contender that they're ranked number 5th, they need their defense to just step up, and they could have a really big game. They could really have a coming out game this week against USC. But you can look over here, the Pac-12 conference standings. It's a tight race. Yeah, we were making fun of USC, but I mean, the USC's another story.
USC's out of it. Okay, they're out of the playoffs. I mean, they arguably should have lost their last game.
Yeah,
like that was just horrible choke by California. You want to talk about a fraud? They let California put up 49 points on them, and to put into perspective how bad California is. Yes, they're 3-5, and they're 1-4. They've lost. I mean, they've had good losses, but they've barely beaten an Idaho team, which is a team.
Idaho's they're a good FCS team. You would know that.
Yeah, I was about to say, but like it's California, dude. You really let California put up 49 points.
This is an ACC power, California. Don't you know? They're no longer a Pac-12 power. They're an ACC power.
Yeah, there's something, dude. Just like, very disappointing. The USC suck. They don't suck. They're just nowhere near as good as people thought they were.
This guy has not had a good season.
Yeah, you could argue who goes number 1 this year in the NFL draft between him and Drake May. I guess it really all depends on like what teams are looking for.
Both of them are really struggling right now.
Yes, but you also have to look at like fundamentals and like what you want in a quarterback. Yeah. So it really just depends on who gets number 1 and like what they want in a quarterback. Bengal, the YouTuber, goes into a deep dive in this. Go check him out on YouTube. Yeah,
shout out Bengal. Make sure you stay and like and subscribe to the podcast. The next thing.
USC, very disappointing.
Lincoln Riley, very disappointing. Speaking of Lincoln Riley, we'll go to his former team here. This is going to be a painful one to talk about. Oklahoma loses to Kansas. First time since it was a good game. This isn't. I was going to say it's the first time since 1997, but this might be the best Kansas team since 1997.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy. It's they were playing with Jacob Bean.
He's a good quarterback.
He's
not
fast,
bad.
But like he
could go to a Power 5 program and start.
I mean, he's doing it right now, but like he's definitely not better than Jalen Daniels.
Yeah, but Jalen Daniels has. I personally think Jalen Daniels is sitting out and he's going to transfer. So that's just a gut feeling.
Shout out Hayden Hatcher, Kent's Jayhawk.
He had some plays.
Yeah,
he did. He's made a couple tackles, but
he's a dog.
I'm going to go on a rant about Oklahoma's offensive coordinator here. You have the best goddamn quarterback in the nation, and you throw the ball. If you can look at this, 19 times.
BT, best quarterback in the nation.
What?
Best quarterback in the nation.
I said one of the best. I didn't say the best.
I thought you said the best.
No, I said one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, and you throw 19 times. I understand the offensive coordinator was scared because he threw a pick 6 on his second throw. That doesn't mean completely stop throwing the ball. If this dude's on, you're beating any team in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
And then you run them. All right, let's go to the box score here. See this Gavin Freeman here?
He had 3 rushing touchdowns?
Yeah. Dylan Gabriel had 3 rushing touchdowns. We had 5 rushing touchdowns, not a single passing. But you decide to run the ball. All right, this is a running back right here. And then this is a wide receiver that you decide to run right up the middle. Instead of having your power running back who's ran for 6.3 yards a carry, you decide to get cute and run a wide receiver at running back, and you fumble the ball, which costs you the game. And then I'm just gonna call our offensive coordinator's name is Jeff Lebby. He's now known as Jet Sweep Lebby. That's his new name because he likes to run this jet sweep that never works. And yeah, I'll give credit. Kansas came in with a good game plan.
He's a Matt Canada type of offensive coordinator.
Yeah, huh? He is terrible. We should have left him on the tarmac in Lawrence. But
what were you saying, Kansas?
Kansas had a good rushing offense. They do some weird motions on their offensive line. Like half of their offensive line would motion to one side, and it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. But when Oklahoma gets to play everybody off of a bye, you have a limited time to prepare. If you look at UCF, they played them off of a bye. Then Kansas got a bye before Oklahoma. What I think hurt Oklahoma is the weather conditions. It was downpouring.
I'm not trying to shit on Oklahoma, but they were piss poor on third down efficiency. They were 2 for 10, BT.
Yeah. Tackling was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Rushing defense was awful. But that could be because of the rain, and I can give them that because it's hard to tackle in the rain. But they did a good job limiting the pass. But when you have our best linebacker couldn't play in the second half. And you could tell when you lose your quarterback of the defense, he's the quarterback of the defense. You're not going to be as good.
Mm-hmm.
And he is questionable to return for Oklahoma this next week, which could change some things for me. He's doubtful with the high ankle sprain. But, As you can tell by the win probability chart here, Oklahoma should have won this game.
Oh, 100%. It was 100% winnable game for Oklahoma. It's just like circumstances. They couldn't get the job done on third down. And that's going to come back and bite you in the end. You know what I mean? Kansas played a good defense. Not an amazing defensive game, but they did good enough to be one of the better offensive teams in the country. On the bright side, Oklahoma lost to Kansas, but it's a good loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. This is a ranked Kansas team. This is 20. I think they're 22nd,
23rd.
23rd. Okay.
Yep. And so it's a good loss. I mean,
it's a good. Are we gonna really have Are we starting to have the quality loss segment of the college football rankings? This is a good quality loss to have. You're in Lawrence.
It is.
But let me tell you, your road environments aren't going to get much easier. Your next 2 road games, it ain't much easier. You're going to Stillwater for the last Bedlam, which that is a tough place to play. And you go to BYU, which I've never played. I've never watched Oklahoma play at BYU. I've never watched a game at BYU.
Never watched no Mormons play football?
No. Well, I did once, and they hurt Sam Bradford. Took him out for the year.
The Mormons.
The Mormons. Look, 11 penalties. I wanted to talk about this because was a Big 12 ref special. Name me one time you've ever seen a team get 3 personal fouls on one drive back to back to back. Back to back to back plays. This is when Oklahoma had just scored a touchdown. They've taken a lead.
Not gonna lie. I think I've seen that in a couple Iowa State games.
This is home cooking by the officials here. Home cooking. Saved Kansas. Oklahoma had all the momentum, and then they had the 3 personal fouls, and they go and take the lead back on. Yeah.
What was the penalties? What were they, like unsportsmanlike conduct?
Yeah, one was an unsportsmanlike conduct because the player didn't know that he didn't hear the whistle and he pushed down. The Kansas player flopped.
Yeah, but if he pushed the player, I personally don't know because I didn't watch all the game.
And then one was on Venables arguing because he said that player flopped, but he wasn't even he didn't get as mad as you. I'm going to say an example here. It's going to make you mad. But you know how Matt Campbell gets when he doesn't get a flag.
Yeah.
He did not get as mad as that. but he got flagged for it. And then
it's just I personally can't discuss on this topic because I didn't watch it. I didn't know what happened.
And then a lot of controversial, I guess I'll say reviews that killed Oklahoma's momentum. One where the Kansas player went up to catch the ball and it hit his hand. I don't know if you saw that one. And his foot was touching out of bounds, so that should have been illegal touching. But they didn't. They said he was completely illegal to do that because the Oklahoma player touched it first. I don't know those. I don't go that much in depth. And
I'm not quite sure. Like I said, I only watched the fourth quarter of the game. That last couple drives. But,
yeah. So I guess our next segment is who's in.
Who's in?
Our
BT?
college football playoff. Hold on.
Who is in? Should we do our predictions first?
We can.
Or go over this.
We should go over this first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say a couple things about the rankings here.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma State should be ahead of Kansas. Oklahoma State beat Kansas.
We beat Oklahoma State.
And you beat. Oh well, you haven't beat Kansas yet.
Yeah.
Then so we go Air Force, which I think personally should be ahead of Tulane here. That's just me. I don't have any complaints about.
Where is James Madison University?
I guess but they can't make a bowl, so I don't know if they're ranking them because they can't make a bowl.
Stupid.
I know that is on the NCAA. All right. Anyways, I think Utah should be. Well, never mind. I think Utah's fine because then they lost. Mm-hmm. Tennessee's in a good spot. I think Notre Dame might be a little low.
I think Kansas State should be over UCLA and USC.
Yeah, but that all Kansas State hasn't played them. They play their schedule here later on.
Yeah.
Like we said, Missouri is a surprise team at 12.
I personally think Oklahoma should be over Alabama.
I think Oklahoma should be ahead of Texas and Alabama.
Yeah, I have to agree with that because Texas beat Alabama, Oklahoma beat Texas, and they lost a close game to a ranked team. 100%. I think they should be 7th, and then Alabama should be 9.
But like they were saying on the college football playoff ranking shows, it really doesn't matter because if Oklahoma runs the table, they're probably most likely in.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter how you ranked here right now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go to the undefeateds. I disagree with this.
Which one?
I think Florida State should be ahead of Michigan.
I do too.
I think they should have just left.
This is like the one thing I wanted to talk about. All right, so you look at quality of wins, right?
Yep.
Ohio State, it probably deserves.
Yeah, they have the 2 best wins in college football right now.
Yeah, they beat Penn State and they beat Notre Dame, right? Yeah. So 100% agree they should be number 1. They won't be there for long though.
No, inevitably. I don't know.
Especially if Georgia wins these couple games.
Yes, if Georgia can beat Missouri convincingly, I think Georgia might just move up again.
Yeah. Michigan. Let's get into Michigan.
Who
have they beaten?
Let's click on their schedule here. They have
whopping
wins against East Carolina. UNLV's not a bad team.
Yeah, but it's UNLV, dude. Like, come on.
Bowling Green, Nebraska could go bowling here shortly.
But these teams are bad. No. The quality of wins are nothing. You know what I mean? There's no reason why they should. Florida State has played considerably better teams than Michigan. They deserve to be above Michigan. You have an argument to put Washington, who's number 5, I believe, over Michigan because of the quality of wins they have.
You can make an argument to put Oregon. Oklahoma, Texas, Alabama over Michigan.
Yes, and Oregon. Michigan is they're gonna run into a good team and get killed.
Did you hear that they might not even be allowed to be in the Big Ten championship
because of the whole
yes, the
perfect.
Big Ten. So
because the bright side of this team is JJ McCarthy, right? He's a decent, good quarterback, but there's no reason why Michigan deserves to be over Florida State or Washington. And you could argue, like you said, Texas and Oklahoma, and in my opinion, Oregon. Those teams, in my opinion, I'd put over Michigan right now.
Yeah. But
Maybe even Bama. Honestly, maybe even Bama.
I'd understand this because they're undefeated, so you can't argue that. You know what I mean?
But like
you could tell how they did the rankings here. You have your 7-1 teams, and you have your 8-0 teams, and
but here's the thing. I'm gonna put it like this. All right, it's same thing with like these lower conference teams, like James Madison or Air Force and all them. Yes, they're like they're 25th, right?
Yep.
If they were in the Big Ten, they'd be number 1. Do you know why they're not in the top 10 or something like that? It's because the quality of wins, right? The competition. Yeah. Michigan has played nobody. Yes, they've played Big Ten teams, but the bottom of the barrel Big Ten teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not, like
I don't think
Michigan deserve to be in the playoffs right now in my eyes. Until they play a good team and can like prove that they are a competitive, good team that will make the playoffs, I will not see them as a playoff team.
Wouldn't this be a mess if Penn State goes and beats Michigan and Michigan beats Ohio State? And then Michigan can't go to the Big Ten championship even though they're the highest ranked team. That would just be that I would just feel bad for the committee. Would you put Michigan? I personally wouldn't put Michigan in. I don't think Michigan should be anywhere near college football rankings right now. If you're gonna cheat, yes. Yeah. I mean, you don't know if they have tape. You know, maybe they sent Kansas to Oklahoma tape they have.
Yeah,
we don't know.
It's a very, very weird situation.
Hey, we can go down to the FCS rankings.
Yeah, my SDSU.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
I don't have it. I don't.
Here's that Idaho team we were talking about too, number 5.
Yeah, number 5. Hey, big game right here. Big game right here.
Yeah, they suck though. NDSU sucks.
But I think I don't overall. The only Michigan is the only problem I have with the rankings overall.
Yeah.
I understand why Oklahoma's not ahead of Texas and Alabama because they lost. And it is what it is. Run the table, you're still going to be in, most likely.
Yeah. Drop Michigan, move up Florida State and Washington, I'll be happy. And Oregon.
Well, yeah.
Do you want to talk about our
playoff? Oh, yeah. Well, what is your final playoff predictions?
All right. Here we go. So, going back to what I was saying earlier, the quality of wins, this is like the reason why I have Ohio State number 1 and Georgia number 2. So my first team in the playoffs is Ohio State just because of the quality of wins against good teams, obviously. And I just think that if they keep playing the way they are and Marvin Harrison keeps on playing the way he is, he's going to be a Heisman contender, which we'll talk about that later. And then Ohio State will be a force to reckon with. Georgia, number 2. I'm just banking on them just running the table for SEC. But like we're saying, they're in a tough stretch right now, so I wouldn't be surprised if they get like a lot.
Remember Notre Dame's tough stretch they had? Where they inevitably lost a game because you were just fatigued from playing that many ranked teams in once?
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if that happens to Georgia.
Yeah, 100%. And so, but yeah, Georgia number 2. I got Florida State at number 3. Very obvious. They've had good wins. They are the team to beat in the ACC.
Okay.
I think they, like I've been saying this the whole year, I think they steamroll the ACC. Even the
ACC's not good.
Yeah. Louisville, North Carolina are good.
Well, no, North Carolina just lost to Georgia Tech, dude.
Hey, Georgia Tech, man, they beat Miami.
They didn't beat Miami. Miami beat Miami.
Yeah. But yeah, Florida State number 3. Number 4, I have Washington. They beat a good team in Oregon. These past couple of weeks are worrying me a little bit. That's the only thing you can hold against them is that they've played in competitive games against
inferior opponents.
Yes, very bad teams. And then my 2 left out. I have Oregon. I think if Washington gets beat by a lower ranked team or like a lower team, you know, I don't know who they have left, but like if they play like a California and lose to them, I think Oregon jumps ahead of Washington. I think they're that close. And then number 6, I have Michigan. So, yeah.
All right, well, I guess I'll go with my playoff rankings here. If I'm predicting the way the season's going to end, this is going to sound a little hectic. My number 1 is going to be Florida State.
I can see it. It's a realistic possibility.
I think Florida State easily wins out. Easily.
So in this situation, you have to think Florida State wins out. Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State all like knock each other off, right? You know what I mean?
Yep.
Georgia loses a game.
And number 2,
yeah,
I'm going Oregon. I think Oregon's a better team.
What?
They're the hottest team in college football right now. They lost to Washington, but I think they'll beat.
Game too. Like
it was a close game at Washington, a tough place to play.
Yep,
so I'm going to go Oregon number 2. Mm-hmm. I'm going to go Ohio State number 3. Oh shoot! Do I do it? Oh my god! You know how I said Georgia's going to have a tough stretch?
Yeah. Are you going to put Bama in?
Texas number 4. I think Georgia loses one of these 3 games and then loses to Alabama. And I think Texas, they have an easy road. I'm not going to be a biased fan. From what I've seen from Oklahoma the last 2 weeks, they're not going to be able to beat Texas again.
Oh, I want to talk about this too. So you have Texas in.
Yeah.
And then they have a tough couple of games coming up too.
Yeah, but
especially this week. And I could realistically see them losing a couple of these games.
All right. Can I put Texas / Oklahoma here?
Yeah.
I think because I'd like to believe Oklahoma can go and turn it around here. All right, hold on. I can put on the Texas schedule here.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at, right? So you look at their schedule, right? They play Kansas State. Kansas State's a sneaky good team, okay? I think Kansas State
that's at Austin.
Yes, but they're playing without Quinn Ewers, all right?
True.
And yeah, you see they beat BYU, but it's BYU, dude. None of the new Big 12 teams
have looked good. You could tell they need a couple of years.
Yeah,
Texas should have lost this game against Houston.
Yes.
The refs helped them win that one, which is surprising from the Big 12 refs.
But I could easily see Kansas State winning against Texas.
I think TCU and Texas Tech are wins.
Iowa State, all right.
I think this is the toughest matchup remaining for Texas.
Isn't that okay? This game will probably be at night. It will probably be at night.
Yes.
And Texas has a historically bad past few seasons playing against Iowa State.
And we know with the weather in Iowa right now, that could be a 20-degree game for all we know.
Yes, 100%. And I'm an Iowa State fan. I personally, it's going to be a really, really tough game. I don't know if we'll win, but it is definitely a game where I think Iowa State will give Texas competition and could upset Texas.
Yes.
And then Texas Tech. I mean, Texas Tech.
Texas Tech is bad. That's a Black Friday game.
Weren't they supposed to be top 4 in the Big 12 this year?
Yes, but they did have injuries.
They've had 3 quarterbacks again.
Yeah, it's because Shug got hurt again.
Again?
Yeah,
right. He hasn't been the same since he played at Iowa State in that New Year's Six Bowl. But yeah,
with Oklahoma, I mean, you can make an argument here.
Yeah,
if you can turn things around against Oklahoma State, this will be easy pickings for the rest of the Big 12. But I mean, this could be a tough game for Oklahoma here.
BYU, the Mormons.
At BYU, it'll be probably they'll do the same thing they're doing to Iowa State. It'll be at 8:15 Central Time. Oh my God.
You should be able to watch the game.
Or no, wait, no. It'll be because it's at 9:15 Mountain Time, right?
Yeah, so it'll be 8.
It'll be 10. So
10?
Wait, no, Mountain Time.
We're not good. We're from the Midwest. We just use the middle Central Time, guys.
So if it starts at 9:15 Mountain Time, hold on. We can look. Hold on.
Wait. What time does it say the game was on ESPN?
It'll start at 9. It'll start at 9:15 our time. for Iowa State, 9:15 for our time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they give Oklahoma that treatment, which I am not looking forward. I will stay up and watch that game, but I am not looking forward to it. I might just pass out watching that game. Oh, Stueve, you made a controversial take that you were done watching Iowa State football. Are you back?
I've been back the last couple of weeks.
You've been back. You've been back.
I think, it's Iowa State is playing like a complete different team, so it's just been.
I guess we're kind of getting off topic with the Big 12 here,
Yeah.
but I want to show you Oklahoma State's schedule here. They're 4-1. All right, if they beat Oklahoma here, which I don't want that to happen personally, but if they do, look at this schedule.
Are you thinking they have like a TCU type year?
I mean, we'll go into that. But if they beat Oklahoma here, look at their remaining schedule.
Yeah, easy wins.
They will go from losing 33-7 to South Alabama to being in the Big 12 championship.
Oh shit! I thought they were 6-1. Never mind. They're not making the playoffs.
No, they won't make the playoffs, but they could win the Big 12.
Yeah.
And they're led by
Ollie Gordon.
What Oklahoma State fans are saying, the reincarnation of Barry Sanders.
Ollie Gordon.
But anyways, we'll go into Oklahoma. We already went into that, so I guess we will go into the playoff. Well, no, we're on the Heisman, right?
Yes.
This is the most open race I have.
This is the most open Heisman.
Hold on. We got a text message in. We forgot about a significant Georgia quarterback, Matthew Stafford.
Okay, no, I knew he went to Georgia. I'm not saying like
you asked the last good quarterback. We forgot about Matthew Stafford.
Yes, but like he's been in the league for like 10 years.
2009, he got drafted, right? 2000, no. Was he 7?
Like 14 years ago, BT.
I guess that is.
Like I'm saying, like in the
we were 6 years old.
Right? It's like the Alabama, right? Yes, there's been good quarterbacks, but remember Jake Coker, right?
Yeah.
AJ McCarron.
Oh my God! Oh, what's that? Blake Barnett, right?
Blake Barnett, yes. And then there's another one. He was black. I forgot his name.
Jalen Hurts?
No. Oh, what is his name?
Oh my! I know. Oh, it wasn't Simpson, was it?
Yeah. No, wait. Alabama quarterbacks.
Blake Simpson? That's what I like. No, it wasn't Blake Simpson. Ty Simpson. No, that's a current quarterback they have. While Stueve does research, I'll go into my Heisman. I think the Heisman is the most wide open it's been in years at this point of the season.
Blake Sims?
Blake Sims, that's his name. But going back, I think this is the most open Heisman race we've had this far into the season. I don't even know who's gonna win.
I don't either. I think the safe bet right now is Michael Penix
or Bo Nix.
Like Bo Nix, yeah, Michael Penix and Bo Nix. It's really close.
Really
closest Heisman race I can remember.
I think Dylan Gabriel's out.
Yeah.
You got Caleb Williams probably out.
Yeah.
Now hear me out. This might sound crazy, but Ollie Gordon.
Dude, let's get into our rankings. Let's just say your rankings. We'll get into this. I
just ranked 3 because that's all I could think of right now.
Okay, so Penix, Bo Nix.
I had Bo Nix, Penix, Ollie Gordon.
Okay, so did you not have? Is that the only ones you had?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have continued to do 5 Heisman finalists. So number 1, Michael Penix. Obviously, he's probably the safe bet front runner right now, just barely. Bo Nix, number 2. I think he's arguably him and Penix are like this close.
Yeah, they're thin.
Yeah. Number 3, I have Jaden Daniels. He's having a sneaky good season.
I did forget about Jalen Daniels.
He's a little bit underrated in my opinion.
Yeah,
right
but if LSU loses to Alabama, are you going to give the Heisman to a 3-loss?
This is right now, okay, BT?
Right now, okay.
Right now, all right.
Hypothetically,
if we're talking end of the season, like Number 4, Ollie Gordon.
Dude, he's unreal.
He's playing out of his mind right now. He's having a Melvin Gordon.
But I will say, we don't know much about him. He hasn't played good teams.
He's playing Iowa State.
What did he do against Iowa State?
Let's see.
Well, if he goes and performs 200 yards against Oklahoma and he carries Oklahoma State to a victory, I will give him all his props. I think he should be number 1 in the Heisman at that point.
He had 121 yards against Iowa State.
Which it's an okay running back stat.
He's
we'll
see.
A
good running back.
If he goes and dominates Oklahoma, I will move him up to number 1 in Heisman. If he does what he did last week at 250 yards, 4 touchdowns, I'll give him his props, flowers.
He's playing really good right now. He's the best running back in all of college football right now.
Yeah. All right.
He's
you said you have more? One more?
One more. And I also have an honorable mention. So my number 5 is Marvin Harrison. I think
that's fair.
He's having an amazing season. He keeps putting up the stats he is going to do. He's going to New York, in my opinion, if he keeps it up.
New York City.
Yeah, New York City. And then my honorable mention is JJ McCarthy. He's playing against bad teams.
You really give the Heisman to a cheater? No.
But you got to put him in there.
I mean, you could argue that. Well, that's our Heisman ranking. So we're gonna move on to our NFL segment here. You predicted this, Stueve.
Yes, sir.
We'll go to
So y'all that don't know,
I think wasn't this episode 3? I think it was episode 3.
It would have been. I said I wouldn't be surprised if they lost one of these next 3 games.
Yes. So that would have been episode 3.
Yep.
So if you go back to episode 3, Stewie says he thinks he.
Yeah, because I remember because I picked the Chiefs to win over the Broncos, but I said that I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs lose one of these next 3 games.
Yes.
In the stretch, and then
they look terrible against the Denver Broncos.
This was the worst game in the Mahomes era, in my opinion.
As I made a pun here, Chiefs got swiftly kicked in the ass.
Yes.
Kind of funny. This was Taylor Swift's. This was her first game since dating Travis Kelce that she wasn't at the game.
I think it was a second one. I think she missed another one. But yeah, this was
But Patrick Mahomes also he was having a flu game. And
but I was watching the podcast earlier with Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce, the New Heights podcast, and Travis Kelce even said that Patrick Mahomes, it'll take him a truck to hit him or whatever to stop him from playing a game.
Yeah,
he played it. That's on him. I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you got the shits. You play as
honestly, would anybody else have done better? I mean, done better than him at that point.
I don't know, but it's Pat Mahomes. He is a higher standard, right?
Yeah.
I also want to give credit to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is having a very, very good season, underrated season. Just it's not being pointed out because of how bad the Broncos are. But go to Russell Wilson's stats real quick.
I will go to Russell Wilson. All right. Look at that. He's not that bad. He isn't.
That is
even though his QBR is really low.
That is but that is a 4-to-1 interception or touchdown to interception ratio.
Yes,
he's having a silently good season, but he's having a better season than majority of other quarterbacks in the league. Compare his stats to Mahomes' stats real quick.
All right, let's go back to Mahomes. Look at that. Mahomes leads the league in interceptions, right?
Russell Wilson, besides passing yards, has a better stats than Pat Mahomes in QBR.
All I'm upset is Russell Wilson's not throwing to Marvin Mims.
The Broncos are just Broncos.
Yeah, but the offense.
This goes
PS2 came to play. PS2 came to play.
This goes back to NFL. Dick rides Mahomes.
Yep, the refs and well, of course, everybody's gonna whenever, and then you see all the clowns on Twitter when the Chiefs lose. I mean, that's the side effects when you ride Mahomes like that, especially with the NFL. The next game we will be talking about. We will go here and there you go. The Bengals beat the 49ers.
Yes.
Brock Purdy
Joe
had
Burrow
another.
actually played a Joe Burrow type game. So
Yes,
give him
he
credit
did.
on that.
He did his at his yearly first 3 game struggle, then turns around and performs really well. But Brock Purdy, he had another 2 interceptions.
All right.
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know how those interceptions were.
I guess I didn't watch it either. He's coming off less than a week. So I think it was 6 days. He was in the concussion protocol.
Yeah,
right?
we thought he wasn't going to play. We said he wasn't going to play. We predicted that way too early.
Yeah. He should not have played.
CTE. He's already has CTE.
And then he got sacked, right? I think he got sacked, or he threw the ball and he got tackled, brought down by the defender. His head hit like this, the ground, and he just grabs his head, right?
Yeah.
I personally do not. I would not want the NFL to have to deal with like another Tua situation. But yes, he may have thrown 2 picks, but look at his stats, right? I think he had like 360 something yards. He led the league. He led the team in rushing yards. Like he didn't have a good game. He was efficient, right? He was very efficient.
Russell Wilson has better stats than him. By the way, yes. I know we like to look. We were looking at Mahomes.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that he doesn't. Like I'm not comparing him, but like you can't hate on Brock for like playing less than a week off of a concussion and still playing efficient, but with 2 turnovers, right? Like people forget he's 23 years old.
23.
Like,
and if you look at their schedule,
I understand, right? People like hyping up Brock Purdy, but like you have to remember, like he is the last pick in the draft. He's very young. Like I don't see people hating on fucking Bryce Young. Yeah, sure, Bryce Young's in a bad situation, but he's playing horrible. Like there are good quarterbacks playing horrible that aren't getting shit. It's just because of the media attention Brock Purdy has gotten and received is the reason why people are hating on him, right? This is my opinion.
Yeah. So
like now if Brock Purdy continues to play bad, like progressively bad, then yes, it's valid arguments and stuff like that. But like 3 games, all good teams have these type of games and stretches. But like you look at the losses, Bengals could be a playoff team. Browns are probably going to be a playoff team. The Vikings, it was just a horrible loss. Their defense choked on that.
Gave up. They only scored 17 on their 3 losses.
Mm-hmm.
Undefeated when they score 30 plus. When they don't score 30, they lose.
Mm-hmm.
But we can look at their future schedule here. This will go perfectly. This will go perfectly with our trade, and then our next segment here, the trade deadline.
Yeah,
49ers got one of the best players. I wanted the Texans to trade for. They didn't. They got Chase Young, which will be really good.
I honestly don't know how they do it.
I don't.
With all the money they have built into that team, and they trade for a former number 2 overall pick from 3 years ago, who's still on his rookie contract. And for those of you who don't know, the higher you get drafted, the more money you get.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure like the number 2 pick ranges like pays from like 19 to 20, I think, 22 a year.
I guess it helps when you're only paying your quarterback a 7th round.
Yeah, like $700K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you look at their schedule, they have a tough couple games here. I'm not going to count the Buccaneers. But you got the Jags on a hot streak.
Yep.
Seahawks hot streak. Tough place to play in Seattle too.
Eagles
at Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
In Philadelphia, Seahawks. Tough place to play.
Seahawks.
I mean, you could argue, then Seahawks again. You could argue there's 4 losses there.
Yes.
If they
They're
do
all
not turn
playoff teams.
Yes, they are all playoff teams. They could be 6 and 7 after these next 5 games.
Yeah. I think it all depends on how Brock plays and if they get healthy, but
yeah. But Jake Moody, they're second highest pick. But
Selling.
So 49ers, any more big trades that happen? I lost the list. I had the list saved.
Montez Sweat to the Bears.
Yes. Montez Sweat. The Commanders were just selling.
So they traded, I think, a third or second for Montez Sweat. I think it was a second round pick for Montez Sweat.
Yeah, but I feel bad for him. I mean, he's not going to he's not going to turn the Bears around. I really don't think.
No, but I mean, he's not in that situation. It sounded like he wanted the fuck out of Washington. So, yeah. But, I also want to say this about Washington. Sam Howell has been playing good.
Yeah.
He played incredible against the Eagles. You go to his stats against the Eagles, Buddy, played amazing.
Yeah. 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 400 yards. Yeah, he has played really good. I think I don't know what.
Dude, look who their backup quarterback is.
Jacoby Brissett.
Jake Fromm.
Speak of the devil. We were talking about
Speak of the devil.
But yeah, I mean, Commanders. I think they're going full rebuild. They're under the new owner, Magic Johnson. New owner. But yeah, I think one more thing that was breaking news, I guess.
The Raiders.
No, we're going to talk about Kirk Cousins first. On the Josh Dobbs trade.
Yep. Former Steelers quarterback, Jags, Titans.
He's doing a speed run of Ryan Fitzpatrick's career.
Yeah.
But they trade
for those
for.
Of you don't know, we drafted Josh Dobbs out of Tennessee in I think it was in the middle 2017
yeah, because I remember he played against Oklahoma.
2018. We drafted him in the 5th round.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Pittsburgh for I think 4 years. Then he went to the Jags. I think we traded him to the Jags actually when they had Blake Bortles.
Yeah, then the Jags cut him.
Then he went to Tennessee.
No, didn't he go?
No, he went to the Browns. He went to the Browns.
Tennessee.
And then he went to Tennessee. Then he went back to the Browns. And
Tennessee put him on the practice squad. He went to the Browns. His contract expired.
Yep.
Then he went to the Cardinals, and then now he is traded to the Vikings. And after, I know he's not starting this week, but I think he'll be the starter coming into this Saints game.
I think it all depends on how Jaron Hall plays.
Yeah, but
the rookie out of BYU.
It
just depends on how he plays.
Yeah, BYU quarterbacks. Yeah, but unless the Vikings are going full tank here, which would not surprise me because I personally don't think Kirk Cousins is coming back.
I do think he's coming back.
You do think? You don't think they're going tank here?
That team loves Kirk Cousins. Everyone on that team was crying. There was players in the locker room that were bawling their eyes out, according to some reports. And Justin Jefferson even said that he wants Kirk back next season. And Justin Jefferson is your franchise player, right?
Yeah, but you think Justin Jefferson will be complaining if he gets Drake May or Caleb Williams thrown to him for his next 10 years?
He personally said, I think the Vikings are going to be too good. They're in a weak ass division.
But this is a deep quarterback class, so they could. I think personally they need to draft another quarterback.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, right? I don't think they're going to draft Drake May or Caleb Williams, right?
They can get Quinn Ewers to sit around behind him.
Those next tier quarterbacks, right? Shador if he goes, Quinn, JJ McCarthy, Penix maybe, depending on It
depends on how they want to run their offense in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe he can get that Aaron Rodgers surgery and come back.
You're all saying that. This is what we were talking about last week, right? I said, how does this A-Rod, his surgery, you see, he was throwing the ball. He was making QB moves.
He might return before the playoffs.
Yeah, he was doing dropbacks pre-game. You know what I mean? It's just bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, and we have breaking news. We have our first NFL coach firing.
Yeah,
Josh McDaniels is out.
They cleared house. They fired their head coach, offensive coordinator, GM.
Yes.
I think their defensive coach is their head coach now, interim head coach. I think his
Yeah.
name's he was a former linebacker. He was
Yeah.
a former Pro Bowler.
Did you see the joke that they made that Josh McDaniels dressed up as the Raiders owner for Halloween? And I saw it on Twitter. I don't know if it was true. I think it might have been a joke. But then the Raiders owner took him to a nice Chinese restaurant and gave him a fortune cookie that said "You're fired" or something.
Oh my gosh!
I don't know if it was true. It was actually pretty funny. But Raiders are first to fire their head coach. I think there will be a lot more to come in the future. Mm-hmm. But
they also decided to bench veteran quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo for rookie quarterback Purdue Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, I think they're going full tank.
Honestly, like this Jimmy G, if they did this before the trade deadline, I think Jimmy G could have gone to the Vikings.
Yeah.
But no, Aiden O'Connell, going back to Aiden O'Connell, I think he's okay. He was decent at Purdue. I don't think he's anything special by any means.
No, I think this will be their tanking to start.
Yeah. Drake May. They're in a perfect position to get Drake May or something like that. I think there's a realistic shot. I think the Bears, I don't think they're going to – they have the second overall pick and third overall pick right now, right?
Yeah.
I think realistically, I think they trade one of those picks for more draft capital or players.
You think they trade number one? If they get number one, if they trade it to the Raiders? You think the Raiders are a team that can trade up to number one?
Yeah. I do not think the Bears are taking a quarterback.
Yeah, no. I would stay with Justin Fields.
They might.
But I personally, I would stay with Justin Fields.
I don't know. But I don't think they're keeping both top three picks. I think they're going to trade one to a team that needs a quarterback. And Raiders are a team that I could see doing.
I could also see the Patriots doing that as well.
Patriots.
Raiders.
Yep.
Would you say the Cardinals?
No, they're sticking with Kyler.
Yeah. Then they just gave him the payday. Yeah. I'm trying to think who else would do it. Oh, maybe the Packers.
They are not impressed with Jordan Love, but I don't think they'll trade up. I don't think they'll trade up by any means. I could see.
We can look at the NFL teams here. Let's go over the divisions here. I don't think we already said the Patriots in the AFC East. I think AFC North is perfectly fine here.
I think those teams that we mentioned previously are the only ones.
Yeah, these are perfectly fine.
Tennessee, with the way they saw Will Levis play this past week,
this could be a good division with all the rookie quarterbacks they have.
Yes, it's going to be the next. It's going to be like the next AFC North, NFC East type division, in my opinion.
Then I could see the Broncos.
I don't think they will, especially how Russell's playing this year. I don't think they will.
You said the Raiders. No, maybe one of these teams, maybe the Buccaneers, maybe the Saints. The Saints.
I think the teams that we named are the only teams as of now
really that have a serious need at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But
Devontae Adams, I don't think is happy.
No, I think Devontae Adams will be gone eventually.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
This is a bad situation.
This could all go back. Remember when they fired their interim coach? They shouldn't have fired.
Yeah.
Into that.
I
forgot his name. What was his name?
I forgot. Shit, I gotta figure it out. Hold on.
But yeah, one name to look out for this, if they want to trade up for Caleb Williams. We were speaking about this before the podcast. Maybe Lincoln Riley might be a name for this job. That is just a thought. I'm not going to confirm or deny anything.
I also want to say this. There's been rumors that if the Bears fire their coach, that Harbaugh might go because he played in Chicago. Remember?
Yes. Yeah. But
so I think.
Yeah, I think Lincoln Riley and Jim Harbaugh, not John, will be the next two college coaches to leave for the NFL. Who do you think will be the Raiders head coach? If you had to put out a short list, Or just one name. Just give me a name. Tough, isn't it?
I got a good one. Eric Bieniemy, Washington Commanders offensive coordinator.
I know, but he has been passed up on so many jobs.
But he's the one who's been passing them up, though. He could have easily gotten it.
Why would you want to go to the Raiders, though?
It's the same thing. Like, why the hell would you want to go to like Texans? You know what I mean? It's like
he turned around. He had the vision.
Yes, I'm saying, but I'm giving an example. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But he also D'Amico Ryans was also. He was also a Texan. He played for them.
Rich Bisaccia, I think his name was.
Yeah. But yeah, so we'll move on to the next topic here. We're gonna talk about NBA Roundup. We have a couple topics here. We'll talk about first the big trade. You have the James Harden trade with the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't play. I think he had his introduction press conference today. He's not
playing Monday.
Monday is his first game. The Clippers. I'm not sold on this fit. I'm really not.
Okay, this is a this year type thing. All right.
Yeah. His
contract is up after this year.
To compare this to an NFL, I think this is a perfect example of when the Rams traded for Matthew Stafford. And they won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah.
They're going all in for this year. Because isn't Kawhi a free agent this year too?
No.
Oh,
this is a very weak free agency class. Like the top name is James Harden, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
So I mean, they honestly fleeced. I'm not gonna say fleeced. They got like the 76ers got a draft pick and
they got some role players.
They got some role players, but like.
But James Harden wanted out so bad.
Nothing compared to what you could have gotten. Like
you could tell it was a desperation move. I guess we can word it that way. It was a desperation move.
Yeah. I personally think. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think of this Clippers team now? I don't think this is a good fit. I really don't. You have 3 players that are very injury prone over these last couple of years.
I honestly, I like it.
If they all can stay healthy, I'll give it to them. This is a good team.
Here's the thing. So you don't have to worry. So now that you got arguably number one scoring option, you don't have to worry about Kawhi and PG trying to do like everything. It gives like good ball rotation because Kawhi. I don't think Kawhi cares about points. I think he just cares about like winning and playing good defense. PG is obviously going to get you like 18 points a game, 20 points a game. And then you got Russ, that good point guard, all-around point guard. So I like the fit. I like the trade, personally.
Yeah. What was our next segment?
How about you? Do you like it?
I said it was okay. I mean, I have to see these players stay healthy.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go, instead of talking about what we're going to talk about, we're going to go to the NBA standings here, and we are going to talk about, I want to talk about one team in particular here.
The Grizzlies?
Grizzlies, they're 0-5.
Yep.
This was the number 2 seed in the NBA Western Conference last
year. Yep. To be fair.
Is Ja Morant that big of a player?
Well, here's the thing. You have Ja Morant. He's suspended 25 games, but you also have Steven Adams, who was kind of their backbone center. He's out for the season. Yes, they're not playing good by any means. But, I mean, it's early in the season. 0-5 is not ideal. Could you imagine this team gets a top lottery pick? That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
No reason why they should have lost against the Jazz.
Yeah.
No, absolutely no reason they should.
We can look at their schedule. We can pull up their schedule here.
Yeah, pull it up.
Wizards, unacceptable loss.
Yeah.
Jazz, unacceptable. Trailblazers, unacceptable. Really. Those are. Oh wait, they haven't lost to the
only
Trailblazers
good
yet.
losses. The only losses that are justifiable in my opinion are the Mavs, Nuggets, and Pelicans.
Speaking of the Mavs, quietly 4-0.
Yeah. Yep.
We were both very low on this team.
We were. I think the part of this is that Luka's playing out of his mind. Like, honestly, like look at his stats.
Look at this. 30. Let's pull them up.
40, 10, and I think
30, 34,
30,
10,
40,
and 10.
Yes. Like what?
I should have put this dude for MVP. I did not.
Did I say he was going to win MVP?
You know, and they have a really good. Oh, let's see, where is he at?
I put Giannis, damn it. No, but Derek Lively
has been playing really. Yes,
yep.
He clamped
him up on
that first game. That first game, he clamped on Wemby.
Like look at his stats the first game. I think he had 10. I think he had a double.
Didn't he have that sick dunk too?
Yeah, the putback dunk.
Yeah, yep. 10, 16, 10, 16. And 1.
Yeah.
But I mean,
he's good. Derek Lively could be the steal of the draft. He was very good at Duke, I think. Yeah, he went to Duke. He was very good at Duke.
Yeah, but really, I don't want to buy too much stock into these 4 games.
Yeah, because I mean,
yeah,
this next game,
dude, I'm not gonna be able to watch it.
This was actually my NBA look ahead game.
Oh well, I guess we'll save this game for later.
Yep.
And, yeah, I mean, really, that's really about all. It's only a weekend, so we don't have a lot of storyline. But the Heat are also struggling. They're 1-4.
Yeah.
They lost some of their role players to. I think one went to LA, and yeah. Anyway, let's talk about
Stueve, Cleveland.
Yes, I mean, they played a lot of good teams too. So I'm not gonna. I mean, the
Tyler Hero. Look at Tyler Hero stats.
Tyler Hero, 26.2 points per game.
He's averaging 35 points in those last 5 games.
35. Oh well, there he scored 30
or something like. He's averaging like 30, I think. In those last 5 games.
But he's playing really good.
Mind. And he's playing on good efficiency.
Yeah, good efficiency too. But Tyler, I mean. I don't know what's wrong with the Heat. Like we said, this could be early on.
Peep the number 4 seed right now, please.
The Indiana Pacers. Oh, dude, every team is 2-2 besides the Celtics. Hey, I mean, I really don't think the standings are going to stay this way. No offense.
Nah.
And it's like we said, we'll go more in depth next week when we have 2 weeks of play because you can just be hot right now. Like, look at the Suns, 2-2.
Yeah, they've been playing without D-Book and Bradley Beal too. So
yeah,
I think they need one of those.
Lakers big win last night.
Yeah,
first time. What I think it was 14 games that we beat the Clippers
16.
For the first time. 16. Embarrassing, but we're showing who's the real daddy of LA right now. Dude, that LeBron alley-oop dunk last night with Austin Reeves, dude, that was sick. I was asleep, but I got to watch the highlights of Austin Reeves.
If you notice a trend about the Lakers, they're playing good right now. I think a big contributor to that is a little guy named D'Angelo Russell.
I'm sorry, D'Angelo. I slandered you on the podcast last week. Maybe you heard me. But yeah, D'Angelo is 27. Look at that, 19, 3, and 7. He's coming back. Maybe he's just cursed at Denver when he's playing at Denver.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah. I mean, let's look at my boy here. Oof. 11. Hey, that's not bad. 11.
Look at his efficiency.
Okay. You know, we're 4 games into the season. Efficiency eventually turns at the end.
It's giving me THT vibes.
It's okay.
And THT's having a better season.
We can't show the highlights of him. You can see the little highlights of him snapping an ankle over there, but we can't really show. But yeah, that'll recap our NBA talking points.
Recap. Yep.
Let's just move on to. We're gonna talk about NCAA basketball.
Before we say anything, big rest in peace to Bob.
Yes, rest in peace to Bob Knight. He passed away last night. Legendary Indiana head coach.
The famous wasn't he the one who threw the?
Yeah, he's the one that threw the chair.
Yes. Big RIP to him. Legendary head coach, arguably one of the greatest coaches of all time.
So we're just gonna. There's too many teams for us to preview in the podcast here. So we're just gonna preview our two favorite teams. Stewie's is Iowa State, of course, and mine is Oklahoma. I don't know what just happened there. I just heard raindrops on my headset. Anyways, so you can go ahead. You want to recap? You want to go? I'll go over Oklahoma first. Oklahoma's coming off a disappointing season last year. I mean, it's a tough Big 12. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to pull them up here. But I think Oklahoma's got some good transfer portal. Got some good transfer portal people in. There you go, perfect. So we can go over their schedule here. Central Michigan, this should be a win. Mississippi Valley State win.
Mm-hmm.
Texas State win. Mm-hmm. UT Rio Grande Valley win. Probably the first tough opponent, Iowa. I don't know if Iowa's tough. I really haven't paid too much attention to the program.
Well, they lost their best player last year, so
you can argue a win, but this is a question mark. So Providence. Arkansas, that'll be a tough. That's like a new. They're playing that in Tulsa at the. I don't know what the BOK Arena. I think. Hey, first Big 12. We'll just go into Big 12 because North Carolina will be a good game too. I see 2 losses here, 2 to 3 losses.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think
like a Sam Houston State type game.
Don't even get me started with that, dude. But I mean, if you lose 3 and you win one of these 4 big games, you're in a good spot to be in the tournament. Mm-hmm. As long as you still continue it into Big 12 play here.
Be competitive in Big 12, yes.
Yeah. We'll start here. Home court, opening night. You play home court against Iowa State. Iowa State could be ranked team, right? Mm-hmm. By then. Mm-hmm. That could be a big statement win in Norman. TCU, I don't know. Do they have anybody back from their last year team? I don't know. It's too hard to preview. So I think if you can split one of these 2 games here, you're in a good spot. The TCU and Iowa State.
Mm-hmm.
Playing in Lawrence. This is like the reverse of the Oklahoma-Kansas football game. Oklahoma hasn't won in Lawrence since 1980 something.
To be fair, most teams haven't won in Lawrence. I think the teams that I think of immediately is Iowa State, how they beat them in 2016, 2017 in Lawrence.
The closest Oklahoma's ever came was the Buddy Hield year when it went to 3 overtimes. That was when it was number 1 versus number 1.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it'll be a tough thing. I don't think Oklahoma wins this, so we'll just put them at 1 and 2 here. West Virginia,
they'll beat West Virginia.
That'll be 2 and 2. Cincinnati, I don't know.
New head coach, Cincinnati winning in Cincinnati.
3 and 2. This Texas game, I think you'll split Texas because I don't know anything about Texas either.
Texas, the only players I know about Texas is Max Abmas and Tyrese Hunter.
I guess, yeah. So if you split Texas here, you win here, you're 4 and 2. Texas Tech, they have a new head coach, right?
It'll be
yeah. So is Texas Tech supposed to be good?
I think they're supposed to be decent, middle of the pack.
If you win here because you're at home, that'll get you at 5 and 2. Kansas State, that's a tough place to play. Oklahoma struggled in Manhattan.
Well, Kansas State's good too. So
yeah, so I'll give Oklahoma 5 and 3. UCF and BYU. BYU, I don't know anything about.
They're always a good team.
Yeah, but this is Big 12 play, so I'll give them what.
They're usually the type of team that beats Gonzaga. So
yeah, so I'll give them 7 and 3 here. Oklahoma State, you'll split, so I'll say Oklahoma 7 and 4. Baylor, you'll lose. So 7 and 5. You know how much I want to pick this, Stu. I want Oklahoma to beat Kansas at least one more time before I think this is your best shot all year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go 8-5 here. Then
Oklahoma State's not
I'll
gonna
have
be
them
good.
9-5. I might be going to this game if Oklahoma's trending the way that they are. This Iowa State in names. But
I'm
I think
going to the
Oklahoma
game a
loses
week before that.
9-6. Oklahoma loses to Houston. 9-7. 10-7. 10-8. I think if you go 10-8 or 9-9, or even 8
Well,
and 10.
you've seen teams that have below 500 record.
Yeah. I think Oklahoma, if they can do how we're expecting them to do, I think they'll be in.
Yeah.
But
I think that's like a common norm with all the Big 12 teams.
Yeah. I mean,
besides a couple.
We'll go into Iowa State here. Stueve's team.
All right, Iowa State. So
what's looking out to you in this what a non-conference
first,
schedule.
I want to talk about our team, right? We had a very good year for transfers. We got 4 or 5 really good transfers. We got shooting. Most importantly, we got shooting, buddy. We got 3-point shooting. We're not going to be shooting no 10% from 3 again.
Jesus.
We got good transfers. We, in my opinion, are one of the deepest teams in the Big 12. BT. We have a 4-star and what would have been a 5-star, but he reclassified to 2023, redshirting. We have a 7-foot center who can shoot threes.
Is he redshirting?
Yeah. JT Rock.
Oh, not Omaha. I thought Omaha.
Yeah, Omaha. No, JT Rock, 7 foot. Jelani Hamilton. He's like 6'7". He's a good small forward shooting guard. He's redshirting. We are an incredibly deep team. Omaha Bilou, in my opinion, is one of the best defensive players in college basketball. In my opinion, he could easily be a top 10 pick, depending on how you look at it. The only question is going to be how good we are offensively. We're going to be one of the best defensive teams in the country, once again, but it's just all offense and how we do. Yep. But my opinion, we are going to have a really good year. I think we will be a top 4 team in the Big 12 this year.
Final 4 team? What's your ceiling? What's your ceiling? I guess I'll go into my ceiling for Oklahoma since I didn't do that. I think my ceiling, you have a Sweet 16 appearance. That's if everything perfectly goes right. I think this team – I mean, Oklahoma struggled in the Big 12. They're not a basketball power, but I think next year when they get into the SEC, they'll kind of transform up in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
They have a new arena coming in soon, and so I think that Oklahoma's just got to get out of the Big 12.
Yeah.
But so I'll go. The ceiling is Sweet 16. Your floor, not in the tournament. You're not in any tournament.
NIT.
I don't even think
they changed the NIT rules though. So
how many teams make it?
They just said that. I don't know if they changed the amount. They didn't change the amount of teams, but like the conference winners, you know what I mean? Like they aren't guaranteed to make it in. You know what I mean?
Wait, so conference winners aren't guaranteed to make the NCAA tournament anymore?
No, like the regular season conference winners.
Oh, so okay.
Let's just say like
what's an example?
South Dakota State, right? It's a perfect example.
Yeah.
They win their regular season conference.
Oh, they get an automatic even if they don't win their tournament.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand.
But in this case, like in the new rules, you're not guaranteed to automatically make the NIT just because you won your regular season.
Oh, okay. I understand.
But so my ceiling for Iowa State, I think, is like you said. I think it's Elite 8. I'm gonna stay humble. I definitely think that there's a chance. It's college basketball. Anything can happen. I mean, shit.
Yeah, they could even make a Final Four run.
Yes, Florida Atlantic made the Final Four last year.
Yeah,
like anything can happen. I definitely think the ceiling, I think, is Elite 8. Floor, I think, is 11 seed, 10 seed.
So they don't have as wide as a gap as Oklahoma does.
No,
because you know the main core. That's the problem with Oklahoma. They have changed cores the last 3 different years. It's a new group of players.
Yeah, and like it's just we're getting a lot of transfers, a lot of experienced players, and Iowa State historically has good reputation with those players. We historically don't have good seasons when we have like young players with no experience. The 2-22 season,
22.
But yeah, I 100% think we are going to be really good competing for the Big 12 championship and making a hopeful run in the tournament.
Yeah, next podcast we'll be talking about our team's first games.
Yes, sir. If you scroll down to the February 17th game against Texas Tech, I will be going to that game.
You're going to this one right here.
Yes, sir. First Ames basketball game.
Hey, I'll go to my first Ames basketball game as long. I might not go if Oklahoma's just struggling. Honestly,
Yeah.
I might just be done with it.
Better get your tickets now because they're
how much is buying them on the resale? Oh, they could get expensive, but hey, it's around my birthday, so I'll have the birthday money coming in, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to the game for my birthday. So
I guess so what was your college football game you were recapping? Or previewing, not recapping.
One of my classes got canceled. Which one was it? Law enforcement. Let's go! I don't have to get up tomorrow early.
All right, what game are you previewing?
Okay, I am previewing number 5 Washington versus number 20 USC.
All right.
So the reason why I wanted to preview this game is we were talking about it earlier, right? Washington struggles against these bad teams, but they beat teams like Oregon, right?
Yep.
I think this is a very important game. I think if Washington can prove that they can beat a USC team, like beat a good team, then you really don't have much questions, right? But if you lose, I think it hinders them a lot.
It hinders the Pac-12 a lot.
Yes. This was my looking at game. I think Penix, this is going to be a make or break for him.
This could be a Heisman game.
If Washington loses, if Penix has a bad game, I don't think he could win Heisman, but I think it hurts him a lot.
It depends on what happens this week, the rest of the week.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I just feel like this is a very important game, very important college football playoff game, Pac-12 game, just football in general game. You know what I mean?
What I'll be watching for in this game is Washington's defense. I know Washington will be able to score points on the USC defense. I've seen other teams do it, but I want to see
how they compete with a high caliber quarterback.
Yes, with a good quarterback like Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to be at home. This will be I'm sure a bumping crowd, even though USC doesn't get a lot of fans, but it's a night game. This could be a bumping crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you just look at the results for both teams, these are teams that are struggling. One score game. I would count 9 points isn't one score, but that's as close to a one score game as they're going to get. USC, one score, blown out, one score.
Yeah.
And this is the one score bowl.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who do you think wins?
Based on my playoff prediction, I have Washington in, so I'm going to go Washington by 7 points.
I'll go Washington with you. Just to watch the USC fans melt down. And I hope they score a lot of points.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my game of the week that I'm going to be previewing is a game that's going to hit close to home. This will be probably most likely the last bet of my lifetime. If Oklahoma State doesn't get their crap together.
I doubt it. I think
they'll probably play in the 2030s or something. So it'll be this team. This will have bragging rights. This is a decade-long bragging rights, most likely.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think this game, what I'm going to be watching for, you have to stop Ollie Gordon.
Yeah.
What I would do if I was Oklahoma's defensive coordinator, Ted Roof, I would just focus on stopping the run. Make Alan Bowman.
Yes, focus on stopping the run because Alan Bowman not a good quarterback. I think he's been Didn't he play at Texas Tech?
Yes, he did play at Texas Tech.
He played at Texas Tech in Michigan. He played at Texas Tech in Michigan.
I mean,
he's not a good quarterback.
If Alan Bowman beats Oklahoma, goes and beats Oklahoma, I will give him all the props in the world.
Yes.
Yes. It's gonna be a tough matchup. It's the last Bedlam. It's already getting chippy on Twitter with a college football player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen it.
Nope.
So basically, this Oklahoma State offensive lineman, says about 70% of the state is Oklahoma State grads, and 30% is Oklahoma grads. He said everybody that goes to Oklahoma State games are Oklahoma State grads, and everybody that goes to Oklahoma games are Oklahoma bandwagons. They didn't go to college at Oklahoma. And then Oklahoma fans go and pull out multiple tweets from this guy that him going to Oklahoma spring games, him wearing Oklahoma shirts, him calling Baker Mayfield the GOAT. Yeah, so I think this game is going to be really chippy. Mm-hmm. This is a hard game to pick. Bedlam is always a one-score game.
I got Oklahoma.
I'm going to go Oklahoma.
I'm going to go Oklahoma by like 15.
Stueve, have you not seen the last couple Bedlams? Hold on. Let me.
Oklahoma is going to be pissed.
They are, but I just think if it depends. It's going to be hard to pick this game because I don't know if Stutzman's playing.
I don't think that matters, dude. I think Oklahoma's pissed.
I think Oklahoma's pissed, but it'll be closer because it's always close. I'm gonna pull up something here. Hold on. Look at the last couple matchups here. Oh no, we can put this up here. All right, so as you can see, damn, we killed it. All right, never mind. It's not proving my point here, but 2022, we beat it 15. One score game here. Lincoln Riley defense game, 62-52. But as you can tell, it's always a close game. It's Bedlam.
I still think Oklahoma beats.
I have PTSD from this game. This is the Tyreek Hill punt return game. But yeah, as you can tell, this is one of the most lopsided rivalries in state rivalry history. That's why Oklahoma State doesn't want it to continue because Oklahoma is so close. This will be the first time an in-state rivalry a team has over 100 wins on an opponent. Which, yeah, but I think Oklahoma does win. Oklahoma comes in and pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, like we said, the spread is 6. I think Oklahoma State keeps it close.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Oklahoma does not cover. But, I mean, I'd take a close win because it's a ranked matchup. It's not going to be a blowout. I'd like to see it a blowout. It's just hard for me to pick that. And I think it'll go over the 61.5. So that moves on to me with my NFL game of the week, right? Yep. So this is a good week for the NFL, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Steelers and Titans about to play. You got the Dolphins and Chiefs, but I am going to be talking about the Eagles and Cowboys rivalry. Oh shoot. All right. So this will be a good game. Competitive, as you can tell, this is a 50-50 split. Cowboys are really hot. I'm gonna go Cowboys win. I don't know what the spread is. Oh, Cowboys. Oh, it's in Philly. Never mind. I'm going Philadelphia. Win by a field goal.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
What's your game?
The Chiefs and Dolphins at 8:30 in the morning in Germany.
Oh my God, that's in a Germany. Oh my.
This is a very big game, in my opinion. This is probably the battle for our two best AFC teams. The Chiefs obviously pissed off. They lost the Broncos. Dolphins, obviously a team that beat the fuck out of the Broncos. That 70-20 game. Honestly, I think Jalen Ramsey is coming back this week. I think the Dolphins beat the Chiefs. I think it's be a good game, very good game that I'm sadly going to have to wake up for because it's really
I have to work, so I'm not going to get to watch it.
Well, that sucks, don't it, buddy?
Yeah, it does.
Um,
I actually work till 11:30, so it might not be over. I might get to catch the tail end of it if it's a good game.
Yeah, but I got Dolphins winning by
Dolphins winning.
What's the
Spread is 1.5, minus 1.5 Chiefs.
Chiefs. I got the Dolphins winning. I got them plus 3.5.
All right. Over unders 50. What do you think?
Over under.
Under 50 points. All right. What's your NBA look ahead?
I was talking about earlier, the Mavericks versus Nuggets.
The third. That's tomorrow. Right?
Yep. The battle of the top two teams in the West right now. It's going to be interesting to see how the Mavericks play against a team that has just a good team. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'd like to see how they stop Luka.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Derek Lively going to have to stop Jokic.
That's hard. You go from Wembanyama to Jokic, but
yeah,
I could see a Luka big game here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm personally going to go with Denver here.
Yeah, I'm going to go Denver as well.
Because tough place to play in Denver.
I just think that the Nuggets are one of the better offensive teams in the league, and the Dallas Mavericks, yes, they're good on offense, but their weak point is their defense.
Yeah.
Especially their front court with
yeah.
It doesn't help. But just their whole team in general is just not very good defensively. Derek Lively is
plus Kyrie Irving is day-to-day. I don't know what GTD means. I just assume that's game to day.
Game time decision.
So, I mean, Jokic and Jamal Murray might not even play.
Yeah. I got the Nuggets winning.
You got the Nuggets winning. I'll go with you. I'll stay with you here. All right, I'll move on to my game here. I chose this game. Hold on, wait a minute. No, it's 11-2. It's tonight. Never mind. This game is tonight. I chose this game because how it ended. They recently played.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to talk about the ending of this basketball game. Kevin Durant gets the ball stolen by Keldon Johnson, right?
Yeah.
Rips it out of his hands and dunks. And then they just completely blow the game.
Yeah.
And the Spurs upset the Suns. So I chose this game because I think it'll be a good game. You get to watch Wembanyama, who's been performing.
Wembanyama and Kevin Durant, you know what I mean?
Wembanyama's been performing.
Mm-hmm.
But real quick, I wanted to talk about this as well. All right. Where's the Thunder?
Right there.
All right, right now, who's your rookie of the year? Dude,
yeah.
Chet's been balling.
Yeah.
He had that rough first game. I was like, dude, he's not going to win rookie of the year. And then ever since that, he has just been balling.
I still think it's between him and Wemby, honestly. Scoot Henderson has been playing like ass, dude.
Ass. Yeah, he's terrible. Terrible.
I think another dark horse is Asur Thompson.
Yeah, he could be a low-key defensive player, though.
Yeah. Defensive. He's been really good. But yeah, Holmgren's been playing out of his mind defensively. I think he averaged like 15 and 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I guess that moves on to locks of the
week. Yes,
right
sir.
Now, as you can see, the standings on the bottom of the screen. Stueve is 21-9.
Yes,
and
sir.
I am 14-16.
That's after me like having like a weird week last week where I just chose weird teams over like Army over Massachusetts and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I guess I technically won last week, didn't I? So I get to go first with my college.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. My college, I'm going Tennessee, who is a 35.5-point favorite against UConn. UConn's back to their losing ways.
Yeah, after their bowl game last year.
Then I went Tulane last week, so I'm going to go Tulane again this week. They're playing Eastern Carolina, who's not a good team. They're 1-7 as well. They are 17-point favorites. And an interesting one. I can't believe I'm going to take this underdog while it's there. TCU's an underdog at Texas Tech.
They're playing right now.
They are?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to go TCU. I could show you proof that I wrote this on November 1st. Here you go. Here's proof,
I
guys.
believe you. I believe you.
Oh, I guess it's.
I believe you. I believe you.
So yeah, so that was November. I guess I have TCU +3 over Texas Tech.
Yeah, they're currently tied right now with Texas Tech, 7-7.
All right, so we go ahead with your college football.
So my college football locks. I am going Nebraska over Michigan State.
You got Nebraska going bowling for the first time since 2018.
Sir. Thomas Fidoni, the man.
Shout out Thomas Fidoni, man.
Leading.
We ought to get him on. We ought to get him on this.
I might be able to. I can text him and ask him.
Do an interview. Do an interview? All right, we'll discuss this in the future. We might do some
off camera. Yeah, there's a number of people that I can talk to about.
Yeah, Max Duggan. We can get Max Duggan on.
I don't know. It'd be harder, but like I was thinking about like Logan Jones or Max or not Max Logan Thomas. We'll get into this later.
We can get Deo on. That would be an entertaining one.
Yeah. But yeah, I got Nebraska over Michigan State. I just think Nebraska is looking really, really good. Michigan State is one of the worst teams in the Big Ten. I got Nebraska over Michigan State as my first lock. My second lock, number 25, Air Force over Army. Army did me dirty last week with that loss against
Watch them beat the Air Force.
Dude, I know. That would be my luck. But no, I got Air Force over Army. Not every day you can pick. You can say there's a top 25 team that is a Naval Academy or Academy team. So I got number 25 Air Force over Army, and it's different. You know, it's not like a blowout team. So
yeah. All right.
My underdog.
Let's say it. Oh, fucking
Number 13, Louisiana State University over number 8, Alabama. I know I may be bold for this, but Louisiana State, sneaky good. Alabama, not the Alabama that we know. But I think Louisiana State can win this game easily. Not easily, but just win it in general.
All right.
I got them upsetting Alabama.
Go ahead with your NFL.
NFL locks of the week. I got the Cleveland Browns over the Cardinals. Pretty self-explanatory. The
You chose the Browns last week, right? Or no, you picked against the Browns.
I did, and they lost. I got the Browns over the Cardinals. Pretty self-explanatory. Browns.
That could be Kyler Murray's return, can it?
Nope, he's not playing.
Who's the fucking starter?
Clayton Tune, former Houston quarterback.
Former Texas quarterback too, wasn't? Right?
I don't know. I just know him from Houston, buddy. But pretty self-explanatory. Cardinals aren't very good. They're 1-7. I think they're the worst team in record-wise in the league. But I got the Browns over them by a hefty margin. I get the Saints over the Bears. I'm pretty sure Tyson Bagent is playing again against a really good Saints secondary and a very good Saints defense. So I get the Saints over the Bears. And, I think Kamara is going to go off for your fantasy team, BT.
I hope he does.
And then my underdog, I got the New York Jets. Jets. I got the Jets over the Chargers. Jets are playing hot right now, and they're playing with Zach Wilson. So their defense is playing really good. They've been proven they could beat top teams like the Eagles. So I got the Jets over the Chargers. You know what I mean?
All right, that's your 6 locks of the week.
Yes, sir. It's my 6 locks of the week.
I'll go with my NFL. I have 2 NFL and 1 NBA. It proved successful last week. So my NFL, it's going to be a dirty move, but I'm going to go the Falcons to beat the Vikings. They're demoralized. The Vikings are demoralized.
You think Taylor Heineke is going to beat
Kellen, whatever his name is?
Jaron Hall?
Yes.
Kellen Mond isn't even in the league. He lost for the Browns.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Vikings over – Falcons over the Vikings here. Then I am My upset. Rams over the Packers.
That's an upset?
Yep. The Rams are 3-point underdogs in Lambeau.
I like it.
At least last I checked before recording, before we were supposed to record on Wednesday.
Green Bay is favored by 3.
Yep. So that's my upset. Then my NBA. I'm 1-0 on NBA so far. I'm gonna go Nuggets over Bulls on Saturday night. Nuggets over the Bulls Saturday night.
Bulls suck.
Bulls suck. Zach LaVine's gonna get traded. I'm
to the Pacers?
Sure. No, to the 76ers or the Lakers. Just kidding.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Well, yeah, that's my locks of the week. So that'll end episode 6.
This was podcast episode 6. We're already 6 episodes into this.
6 weeks into this. I can't believe it.
I think this is our longest podcast that we've had.
It'll be up there with the second one, right? Wasn't our second one pretty long?
Our second one I can check right now.
But we can get this long when we're live streaming. That's why we're choosing to live stream. But we'll be back.
We are officially tied with the longest. The longest was
tied.
36 minutes.
Well, by the time we do our outro here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm BT, and that's Stueve.
Yep.
This is Stueve.
We'd like
to thank.
That's BT.
This is Stueve. We'd like to thank you for listening to Sports Talk for six long episodes. We'll be back again, hopefully on Wednesday. I feel
like we're getting better and better with each episode.
Yes.
All of our links and stuff.
All of our links are right here. Sports, like we said. Make sure you follow us. Give us a 5 stars if you're listening on any podcast service. Like and subscribe. Give us any tips or something you'd like to see us improve on. But stay safe.
Any things you'd want us to see us talk about?
You just let us know. Let us know in the comments anything you want us to talk about. We might not know a lot if you choose like a random sport, like
rugby, or soccer, or golf. Brooks Koepka, man, you see that long putt he had?
Hey, Texas Rangers are MLB champions.
Yeah, but you're officially a Texas Ranger fan now.
Yeah, I know. I just figured we should include it into the podcast at some point. They won. Yeah, right. They are world champions, reigning world champions.
Yep, with former Dodger Corey Seager.
Yep.
Never should have let him go.
All right, we'd like to thank you all for listening.
Yep, that's been
comment.
Episode 6 of Sports Talk with BT and Stueve. We'll catch you later.
You guys know what to do. Be kind to each other, and have a good rest of your week. We'll see you again next Wednesday. Thank you.
See y'all.